Kimber Mako R7 out at the range today. As mentioned, I'm not doing the whole 1000 without cleaning thing with this one. Completely trust this gun. And this will be 500 rounds after today. I have not cleaned it. As you can see, I do have my light on here. Had to unload my defensive ammo because it has already been in the rotation. I completely trust the gun. Super fast with it, super accurate with it. I will turn the camera around, let you guys see the October themed targets today, so you can see a little bit about how accurate the gun is, how fast that I'm able to get on and acquire the target and stay on the target. This thing controls recoil like no other subcompact. Now, I know this, some people have referred to this as a micro compact. I don't think so. And some people have asked me to compare it to the MC9 and some other compact or micro compact guns. It's not really a fair comparison. This is more in the line of maybe a Glock 19, something like that. But for a compact gun that is not comped and has had no aftermarket additions put on it by me, just straight stock, I'm not sure that I've shot anything in recent memory that just tames that recoil. The muzzle flip or muzzle rise, it's there, but it almost seems non-existent at times. Just stays on target beautifully. Just tames that recoil like few compact guns can. And a lot of that is, of course, attributed to the fact that, as I've mentioned so many times, it's almost as if your hand is magnetized to that grip. I mean, it's like it was made for you to hold it. And I know that sometimes I become humdrum with some of the stuff that I say over and over again, but I don't know what else to say, because this is out of character for me to sit out here and run 1,000 rounds through a gun without cleaning it, or even for that matter 500 rounds. Do I train with something that I carry off camera by myself without shooting? Of course I do, but I typically don't run this many rounds. It's not cheap to do that, but I'm going to do 100 today. What you just saw, of course, was 16, had 15 in the mag, 1 in the pipe. I'm going to run this magazine here, and then we'll reload, and I'm going to flip the camera around and let you see the targets down there. Did not lock back on the mag. More than likely me riding it. Either way, I'm gonna get reloaded, flip it around, and let you guys see. So I got 7 loaded up in here. Already have 1 in the pipe. That'll make 100 rounds. I try not to get overly excited about a gun, because people will accuse you of being a fanboy or biased. But if you have watched this channel for any length of time, I invite you to go back and watch every Kimber video I've ever done, which is few, very, very few. And I have not had super nice things to say about the Kimber product. Even vowed that I would not buy another one of their products because of my experience with them, their customer service, and their 1911s, and its inability to seemingly feed with any type of consistency or reliability. And so I am not a fanboy of Kimber whatsoever, and I'm trying to contain my excitement for this gun, and also trying to shoot a little bit too fast, just because it's so easy to do that, and I'm not used to that, especially with this carry trigger and having to let the trigger come all the way back out And having shot this this MC9 LS, and that short reset that it has prior to this one, probably should not have done that. But you saw me do a dip of death a couple of times because I'm trying to shoot too fast. But it just calls for you to do that. It really, really does. And again, magnetizing of the hand to the gun. I decided to shoot it with the light on there today because that's how I carry it. And I just wanted to be sure that, you know, squeezing on the frame would not cause any types of malfunction. It has not. Run D7 through there, D500, without any issue at all. So I'm going to do that and then talk a little bit about two things that, as of right now anyway, that I actually don't like about the gun. Sure you can't wait to hear that. Anyway, two things that I do not like about the gun. Love everything about it. I don't know why that magazine disconnect is. I assume that's what it is that's sticking out of the bottom of that magazine. It's on both of them. I have not addressed it or talked about it, but it has actually bruised the heel of my hand here, where I slap it into place. I don't know what that is or why it's made that way, but that is intense, and it is sticking out there. I mean, I don't know. I know that the floor plate on the magazine will not budge. Like a lot of times on Glocks and some other magazines, you can feel that you can move the floor plate back and forth. Nah, not with this one. And maybe that's better. I don't know, but I'm telling you that if you put the magazine in there and you slap it, it just eats the heel of your hand up. I'm not whining. I'm just telling you, I don't know what that is. It's a little bit bothersome. And the mag release is sticky. I wish it was a little bit more tactile and stuck off the frame just a little bit more, because it is sticky and it makes it difficult for me to do my signature. John, we see that? See what I'm saying? Like, you know, I have to really, you know, to get it out there. And that's because of how sticky that mag release is. I have to focus so much pressure on, you know, depressing that in order to get the flick out. Anyway, it messes up my John Wicks, what I'm trying to say. And I don't know that in a defensive situation that it would matter. If I was carrying around an extra magazine, maybe. I don't think I'm going to be in that type of firefight, but it is a little bit bothersome as well. So two things that I actually don't like about it is the mag release and that magazine disconnect on the bottom that's hanging out, bruising the heel of your hand. Anyway, that's 500 rounds flawlessly. At the end of this year, I'm going to do my most regretful purchase, and the purchase that was the one that I don't know what I'm going to call it. My most regretful purchase and my best purchase maybe of the year, and then the one that surprised or shocked me the most. And I've never done that before. I'm going to try to do that at the end of this year, sometime in December. But I can tell you already that it's very likely this one will be either the most shocking or will just be my overall favorite purchase of the year. So anyway, Kimber R7 Mako Carbon Compact. Definitely go out and buy one of these. I don't care what your experience has been with Kimber in the past. Hey, I'm right there with you. And I don't want to put them or their company on a pedestal or even pimp them out with my experiences with them in the past. But hey, you got to give credit where credit is due, and credit is due here. Go out, buy one. Hey, make sure you know Jesus Christ as your Savior. You know, listen, we all sinner. We all were born that way. Christ paid that payment for sin on the cross. He made a way for you to spend eternity with him in heaven. He loved you enough to do that. Accept that payment today. Make sure you know him as your Savior. If you don't know how, as always, hit me up in the email, g2tactical@gmail.com, or in the comment section. That's fine as well. And be sure to subscribe. Got to make sure you subscribe. If you think you are already, make sure that you are, because YouTube be tripping sometimes, if you know what I mean. And, you know, also your support over on Patreon would be much appreciated as well. $5 a month. I'm going to try in the new year to get some more tiers up there, some exclusive type stuff. I hope that works out for me. And but in the meantime, if you can consider going over there and supporting me, every little bit adds up and helps. Again, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. And as always, on this beautiful day that the Lord has made, to God be the glory.